Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do a tutorial and I'm using the ShanXO BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. I decided to go for a really girly, really flirty kind of a makeup look. So if this is the tutorial for you, you guys are in the right place. So definitely subscribe if you guys have not subscribed already. Leave a comment down below if you guys have anything to say, and definitely give it a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video. Alright, starting off with primer, I'm using the Rimmel Lasting Finish primer and I am just rubbing this all over my face. It is super tacky, so your foundation is just going to cling onto this and last all day. Then I'm using the Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation, and this is actually the second time that I've used this, and girl, this stuff is bomb. This stuff is super full coverage foundation if you want it to be. I put like one layer on and it literally covers everything. And it's super cheap. I think this thing was like $7 or something. So yeah, if you're looking for a good foundation, check this one out. I'm using a flat top kind of like buffing brush because I like my optimal coverage. So I like using these more than I do using a beauty blender when it comes to actually applying foundation, because you know, I got things that I gotta conceal, I got things I gotta hide. So I need a full coverage. Speaking of full coverage, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I'm putting that underneath my eyes. I'm using the shade Light because I'm albino pretty much, and I'm putting that all over my face. And if you are super pale like me, on a serious note, you guys, this stuff is amazing. If you guys are looking for a concealer that's actually going to be able to brighten up your pale skin, this stuff is bomb. I can't use literally anything else because this stuff is so amazing. It's got super full coverage to it. It blends in with every single foundation that I think I've ever used, and it just goes on seamlessly. It doesn't crease, it doesn't get flaky, it doesn't do anything. So I can't stop using it. So if anyone finds a really good concealer, let me know because I can't stop using this one. So yeah, I just like to pat that in as much as possible just to make sure that I have a really seamless finish when it comes to my foundation and my concealer. And to set it, I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And this stuff is a little bit pricey, but honestly, I think that it's really good, but there are pretty good cheaper ones out there as well. If you do have super dry under eyes though, this isn't probably the best option for you. Then I'm going into my eyebrows, which, oh god, eyebrows takes me so long because my eyebrows are translucent. I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade and I'm using the shade Blonde, and that's just to kind of outline the shape of my eyebrows. I like to thicken them up a little bit too, and then I just lightly stroke the product throughout my brows. You don't want to go too heavy-handed at all, and especially right at the center of the eyebrow. Or at the front, whatever it's called. This stuff is amazing. It makes your brows last literally all day long, and it's a perfect shade for my blonde hair. If you guys actually want to see an in-depth eyebrow tutorial, definitely leave a comment down below, just because it takes a really long time for me to do my eyebrows, but the struggle is real when it comes to if you have really sparse hairs or if you have really blonde hairs like myself. It honestly takes so long, and it took a really long time to actually get the eyebrow game strong. Then I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Duo Eyebrow Powder, and I'm just going to use that to kind of set the powder, and then I'm going in with a gel to kind of set the powder as well. Okay, so now I'm going to prime the eye. I'm using the MAC Cosmetics Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm just going to be dabbing that on the eyelid. Then I'm using the ShanXO BH Cosmetics Eyeshadow / Lipstick Palette. It's really cool. On the other side, it's lipstick. And I'm using the lightest shade just to set that primer. And then now I'm going in with the yellow shade. I love this shade so much. It's such a perfect transition shade. And this is where I'm just going to start building up the color on my lid. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm literally just building up that color for a transition shade, and I like to just kind of take my time slowly building up the color, and I'm putting this pretty much all over my lid in the crease just to kind of deepen it up with the color as I go. And I'm just using a nice fluffy brush to blend that all in. If you guys haven't checked out ShanXO, definitely check it out. She is one of my biggest inspirations when it came to starting my YouTube channel. I love her. Then I'm going in with that reddish shade, and I am using a more precise crease brush now, and I'm going to slowly start building up the outer and inner crease, just following my natural eye shape. You can go a little bit more like cat eye shaped if you wanted to, but I'm just going to follow my natural shape of the eye, and I'm slowly building up that shade. You don't want to go too heavy-handed when you first start. These colors are pretty pigmented, but I like to just blend it out and then just start slowly building up that color. It's so beautiful. I love it. Then I'm going back into the palette and I'm using my favorite shimmer shade. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I used a slightly damp brush, and I'm just going to start packing that onto my eyelid, and I'm building it up, but it's such a beautiful shade. Oh my gosh. And the more you build it up, the more just reflective and metallic it is, and it's perfection. It's literal perfection. And you can choose to stop. It just depends on how shimmery that you want it to be. And I'm just putting a little bit into the inner corner of my eye just to kind of pop it up there. But you can stop here if you want to, but I kind of wanted to go for a really extra kind of shimmery eyelid look, and it's the perfect shade to do so. So I am building it up. I didn't want to speed up this process just because I wanted to show you guys how blending is so important. And now I'm taking that crease brush and I'm just kind of blending those two in, so that way it's a little bit more precise and just a smoother look. Now for eyeliner, the hard part for me. I struggle. I have really shaky hands, so when it comes to eyeliner, I'm not the best. And I'm just going to start off with the wing, taking my time. And I'm just kind of building up that shape that I want of the wing, and I'm gonna slowly kind of take it down. Eyeliner, honestly, it's all about trial and error and practice. And I really like the eyeliner that I used here. This is from Tarte, and it's really cool because on one side is like a retractable kind of like waterlined eyeliner, and then the side that I'm using now is more like a marker. So this stuff is really cool because it's dual ended, so you kind of have more like 2-in-1. And I go really slow with my cat eye. I don't know how people can go super fast with it. I'm not at that skill level yet, but I like to just slowly, just like my eyeshadow, build up my eyeliner. So I'm just slowly creating the shape that I want, and then I'm gonna go along the waterline, just nice and smooth, right on top of my lash line. I don't wanna go too crazy yet, and then I can just build up how thick I want the eyeliner to be later. So it looks kind of silly now, but I promise I'm gonna thicken it up a little bit and then straighten all the lines out just to make it more perfect. And I'm just going really, really, really tight along the lash line. It's kind of awkward at first, but you'll get the hang of it, I promise. It's all about just finding the right product for you. If you like using more of like a gel eyeliner or a marker, it's honestly all what you prefer. I like using these ones. I feel like you can get a smaller line with them. Now I'm going back in with that eyeshadow, the reddish color, and I'm just going to start kind of lightly putting that underneath my eye, so like my lower lash line. And I'm going in, I kind of wanted to add some glitter, so I'm using the Urban Decay heavy metal glitter liner, and this is in the shade Midnight Cowboy, just for an extra pop of glitter. I was feeling kind of girly, and this stuff's really nice. It's really easy to use. It goes on kind of like eyeliner, and the glitter doesn't get everywhere, which is awesome. So this stuff is really good if you just want to start off with glitter, but you don't want to go too crazy. You know what I mean? Because glitter kind of scares me sometimes. It gets everywhere. Now I'm going in with just my L'Oreal Volumizing Mascara, and I was gonna do falsies today, but I was like, yeah, nah, I'm just gonna build it up and just kind of go all natural today. And so just do like 2 or 3 coats of this stuff, and it's pretty good. It's very volumizing. The only problem that I have sometimes is that the wand can get product all over my eyelids, but as long as you just let it dry, you are good to go. Okay, going in with bronzer, I'm using the Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. I have been obsessed with this bronzer. I can't get enough of it, literally. Every other bronzer can look very muddy on me or really orange on me, but this stuff just gives me such a natural glow to the skin. I love this stuff. It's worth the money. If you need a new bronzer in your life, check this one out because you will not be disappointed. I promise you that. Then I'm going in with the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, and I'm just lightly putting that on the apples of my cheek, blending upwards. This stuff is affordable and beautiful. I love this shade. So pretty. Then I'm going in with highlighter, but I'm using the eyeshadow that I used on my lids because yes, you can highlight with an eyeshadow. I promise you that. It's not weird. I promise. This stuff is just such a beautiful color, and you can just put it on the pops of your cheeks. You can use it for a really subtle highlight if you want to, or you can build it up to be a little bit more intense. So I'm just putting that on my cheekbones, a little bit on the tip of the nose, and then a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, it's just such a beautiful shade to use as a highlighter. So I love using this one. You can even kind of lightly dampen your brush and then just give it a little bit more of a pop of color, but this stuff is so beautiful. I highly recommend, if you don't want to go out and buy yourself like a really expensive highlighter, if you have an eyeshadow with a really pretty highlighting color in it, you might as well just give it a go if you're kind of new to the highlighter world. This stuff is so beautiful. I love it. So pretty. Then I am going in with lips, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution lipstick here, and this is such a really pretty kind of like pinkish nude color. It's really, really nice. It's a very kind of like sheer look though, so if you are someone who is looking for like a heavy matte lipstick, this is not it, but you can use any lipstick that you want. But I wanted to go with a really like sweet kind of girly look today, a very glowy look, so I decided I didn't want to go with a matte lipstick. And yeah, you guys, that completes my look for today. Definitely give it a big thumbs up if you like it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, guys.